celebrate. I cocky. I do my dance. Jump in the dance. No man, man. Oh, there with the hands. Thought he could guard me. I ruin they plans. I do what I want. They do what they can. Got it on smash. Put in the gas. I will not crash. Honey, y'all dash. 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 Yeah. They can't catch up cause they lacking the stamina. Way too advanced to be playing with amateurs. Stay on attack when they tackle like damager. They react and play it back on the camera. Hot boy, just consider me flammable. Sure shot, I got all the intangibles. Need a leash, I'm a beast, I'm an animal. Eat the competition up like a Hannibal. Know the game like I wrote up the manual. I do weekly what you do on the annual. MVP, that decision unanimous. Big dials, I don't think they can handle it. Battlefield, it's just me and my warrior.
All right, Coach. U.S. Bank Stadium holds just under 70,000 spectators, and they've come out in full force for this one. A fantastic atmosphere here in Minneapolis. The scene a short time ago, this crowd decked out in purple, and they were in full roar as their guys burst out of the locker room. We're ready for football, folks, as the Vikings get set to do battle with the Washington Redskins. Both of these teams about to reach the halfway point of this NFL season, and we're underway on EA Sports. This is fielded a couple yards deep. And no run back here. This will be a touchback, and it comes out to the 25-yard line. This is Chris Thompson in his 7th season now as a Redskin. And he is swallowed up right at the line of scrimmage. Officially no gain on the play, and it's second down.
Second and 10 at the 25-yard line.
So after the run for no gain, here's second and 10. Now Haskins to throw on second down. Trying here for Bryant, and it's intercepted. Picked off by the Pro Bowler, Anthony Barr. And he's going to score. It's a Viking touchdown. And the defense could not have written a much better script than that first drive, pick six.
The offense never got a chance to really get oiled up there, did they? But the defense, they certainly got in gear. What a big-time play and a great way for them to start.
And now the offense, they've got to turn things around and figure this out because your backs are on the ground real quickly.
Yeah, usually when you're starting the game getting the ball, 0-0 is the only score you're worried about. Now the second time you get it, you're already down a touchdown.
So they throw the pick six. They'll get another shot at it now as this one's in the air. This fielded a few yards into the end zone. And he won't return this one. He'll go down to a knee, and they'll start at the 25. The offense now at the line, ready for their next drive. They'll start out here with a jet sweep, and that one covered beautifully. Their defenders stayed home, and they'll stop him behind the line. They'll wind up losing 3 yards here, and that'll make this a 2nd and 13. On second down, here's Haskins. He's going to loft one deep left side here. And that's caught inside the 35. Touchdown! touchdown, Washington. Des Bryant, 78 yards, as his guys are on the board here in this first quarter. We'll go ahead and strap in, partner. We've less than 2 minutes in, had the score on the one side. A quick answer, though, to get the equalizer.
Sometimes you get that sense of urgency that ratchets up, right? When you give up an early touchdown like that, you just know you're like, okay, how do we go back and equalize things? Can we get it done fast? And they absolutely did. Essentially, we're back to even, aren't we?
So all even at 7 now as they kick it away. That'll be taken in the end zone. And the decision to bring it out will cost him about 5 yards as he'll get this only back to the 20. Cousins and the Vikings with a 1st and 10 at the 20. Here's Dalvin Cook, 3rd year back from Florida State. And they're going to stop him right at the line of scrimmage. Just no cutback lane to be found whatsoever. 2nd and 10.
I know the scouting report on him is that he doesn't possess the eye discipline to be an elite linebacker. With
defense stout on 1st down. Here's 2nd and 10 from the 20. He sets to fire deep. And that's going to be incomplete. Good effort there trying to take a shot, but it's 3rd down.
Well, that certainly looked like something that they discussed all week in practice getting ready for this one. Take the big shot right out of the gate. At worst, you'll open up the defense a little bit, loosen them up, have them back on their heels.
They come up to the line now facing a 3rd and 10 after the incompletion.
Watch the boot, watch the boot. Zebra. Mike, 55.
From the shotgun, it's Cousins. Open man is Thielen. It's complete. And mark him down way up close to the 40 at the 39. A big 3rd down pickup of 20 yards.
They've got good playmakers on the offensive side of the ball. I don't know what happened last week to really hurt their performance and hold down their production, but I would dare say that this week in practice, there's a lot of talk about how they're going to increase their proficiency.
And that was a good start getting the playmakers involved. You mentioned that to me pregame. That's what they did there.
Yeah, I think a lot of people think the coaching staff really gets on them, and that's how they motivate them. Most of these guys are self-motivated. They have a lot of pride in their performance.
A good gain again. That's now 31 yards combined on those last 2 plays.
Check. Two. He's checking.
Recon, 132 fighter.
Cousins now from the 50. And the Redskins do get to him. He goes down for a sack. Ryan Anderson. He brought the pressure on the blitz, and he gets there for a loss of 12. That huge loss on the sack makes this job much more difficult. It's now 2nd down and 22 yards to go. Here's Cousins. He'll find Thielen working the middle. And they're going to have another 1st down here as the tackle's made at the Redskins 36. So from the 36 now, 1st and 10. Cousins gives way to Cook. Nothing doing. Barely able to muster a yard to hit the 35. On 2nd and 9, Cousins. And that'll be incomplete. Good protection that time, and they couldn't hook up on the long one. Now it's 3rd down.
The positioning here is key. As a defensive back, you're taught 99% of the time, make a play on the football. But in this case, making a play on the man was all the difference. That's what forced the incompletion.
Now play number 8 on this drive, and they need 9 yards to pick up the first on 3rd. From the gun, here's Cousins. It's brought in by Doxson. So even with the pass interference, it's a completed pass. They'll go ahead and just take the play instead.
How about the effort? Making the catch despite the pass interference. Nothing else to be gained on the play. No need to take the penalty. The play stands.
Check 56. I'm coming. Check 26. Check Quaker Omaha.
From the red zone now, Cousins. And complete right side to Cook. And this carry, despite the good move, will be stopped short of the 10. It'll be a 2-yard gain, and it'll be 2nd down. Charles, Thursday night game, I think a lot of teams probably say shrink the playbook somewhat. Is that correct?
I think you're right about that because you just don't have the amount of time that you have in a normal week to put in a full playbook. So as you said, you shrink the playbook, pick out the plays that work best for you. And you know what else you're looking for?
What's that?
Who are the freshest guys coming off of the last game to play on a Thursday night? Guys have a little extra pep in their step. You go to them early and often.
To throw again on 2nd down. Cousins. The throw complete to Beebe. 12 yards there and a 1st down.
Let's go.
And forget about the run to set up the pass. They're just coming out throwing.
Forget trying to set anything up. They feel like they have the advantage. They feel like they have the matchups, and they're just attacking right now.
Yep, going to the air on the opening drive. It's Cousins on the sneak. And he will take this one into the end zone for a Viking touchdown. Kirk Cousins with a lucky number 13 touchdowns now on the year. And the Vikings have taken the lead. And they got the extra point, and that makes the score 14-7. Out is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away. And a fair catch signaled for and taken successfully.
The Redskins take over 1st and 10 at their own 25-yard line.
Out there ready for this next drive, the Redskins offense. And they had to wait a long time to get the football back. Probably not what you were hoping for when you got an offense that's humming.
Agreed. What you were looking for is the defense get the ball back pretty quickly, right? Hoping for a 3 and out. So that didn't happen. You can't yell at your D for that. They've got to take care of their own business and reestablish themselves now that they're back on the field.
Meanwhile, they take a shot to start the drive, but this is going to wind up incomplete. An incomplete pass leads to 2nd and 10 from the 25. Again on 2nd and 10, it's Haskins. Throwing the out route incomplete. That's Bryant. He's got this almost to the 40 before going out. Give him 14 on that one and a 1st down.
First down, Washington.
So from the 39 now, they'll come up on a 1st and 10. Shotgun handoff to Thompson. And able to get a couple as he's across the 40 to the 41.
Well, we saw him there trying to get it to the outside, trying to get to the perimeter, but not a whole lot of room there. But there's got to be one positive to that. If you keep moving laterally, creases tend to develop as the game moves on, and they can run it back inside later.
From the 41, Haskins. He's got it complete to Thompson. And he'll be brought down, losing yardage back at the 40. Officially, it will go as a 1-yard loss, and that's going to lead to a third down. And this will probably be the last play of the quarter.
You must be getting tired of seeing me.
Through one quarter, 14-7 our score. The Redskins with the football here to begin quarter number 2. They're staring up at a 3rd and 9 to start it out. Third down. Here's Haskins. Flush to his right. And eventually taken down here. Great coverage downfield. Harrison Smith on the safety blitz, able to get the sack. I don't think that was a blitz, was it?
No, not at all. I mean, there was no blitz called on the play. Had other responsibilities, but he saw an opportunity, saw a path, and he took it.
And now the punter, Tress Way, as he sends this one away. And that hits at the 6 and carries into the end zone for a touchback.
Let's go.
Here are the Vikings now to start their next drive. Last time they were out here, they had the benefit of good field position, led to a touchdown. This time, they're going to have to work for it.
They are, but with that last drive that culminated in a touchdown, I think they carry that confidence into this one. It doesn't matter where you start with the football now. They have to feel great about their opportunity.
After the incompletion, here's 2nd and 10 from the 20.
Watch it slap. Watch it slap.
To throw is Cousins. And he's going to be brought down. Back at his own 6-yard line. Ryan Kerrigan in there to get him, and that is sack number 6 now for him on the year. After the sack, they'll come up now 3rd and long.
Yeah, I wouldn't be surprised to see them run the ball here just to try and get some space.
Throwing is Cousins. He's got a man complete. Give him 30 yards there. Well, that'll help get you out of danger. So much for playing it conservatively back towards your own goal line.
That aggressive mentality, sometimes you can use it, and they did there against the defense, who probably thought to themselves, there's no way they take a shot here this deep in their own territory.
Cook able to escape. Through an opening, and there he goes. Touchdown, Vikings. Dalvin Cook with touchdown number 7 on the year. And the Vikings are going to widen that advantage. And on that long run, maybe the defense caught napping a little bit.
The concentration level may not have been there. I agree with you on that one, because those types of plays, when they result like that, they're almost like big bolts of lightning, aren't they? Whoosh, and off he goes.
Extra point up and good by Bailey. And it's now 21-7. The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away. And no return on this one as the fair catch is signaled for and taken.
The Redskins take over first and 10 at their own 25-yard line.
The offense back out there at the line, ready for their next drive. And with this deficit, you can't have too many more drives like the last drive where you had to punt it away.
You know what I would tell my offense right here? The punter doesn't exist, guys. He doesn't even exist. He's not a team anymore. I just cut him. All right? So you've got to go out and create some offense for us here and give us some points. No way does that guy get on the field on this drive.
Poor punter.
Yeah, it wasn't his fault. But, hey, listen, there's got to be casualties at times. We're trying to win a game.
So now they have to contend with 2nd and 13 after the first down run goes backwards. Off the play fake. Here's Haskins. The Vikings after him, and they get there for the sack. Linval Joseph in there to get him, and that is sack number 6 now for him on the year. An extra defender in the secondary for the Vikings here on 3rd down. Now Haskins, 3rd and long. Escaping the pressure right. Now he'll let it go deep right side. And that will be incomplete. Well, they weren't scared to let it fly, but it falls to the ground and brings up 4th down.
It's always a goal, and it's really nice defensively when you can rally to the football and make sure there's enough contact to force an incompletion.
Force an incompletion and force another punt. Fielded at about the 28. A great return there. Bobbing and weaving his way for 31 yards. And the Vikings, they'll be set up well as they take over in great field position. 1st and 10.
Come on.
First down, here's the run with Cook. And he stopped immediately there. Tackle made by the Pro Bowl safety Landon Collins. If this defense wants to stay in this ball game, they've got to start ending some drives. That helps.
And they have to look ahead at what they expect the offense to do. And right now with that lead, that's run the football. So you don't just stack the line of scrimmage. You have to get upfield and try and make some plays in their backfield.
Officially nothing on that last run. They'll try again 2nd and 10. Cousins now. And that is incomplete. He couldn't hold on through the contact. Brings up 2nd down.
It's a lot of contact going on there. And in the end, unable to keep 2 hands on the football and bring it into his body.
Everything looked pretty good until the finish. An incomplete pass on 2nd down. It muddles things a little bit here. This is 3rd and 10. Working out of the gun, Cousins. And he's got Kyle Rudolph. And he's taken down, but not before reaching the 10-yard line. They're able to convert on 3rd down, and that sets up a 1st and goal. They'll run with Cook. So he got free of 1 tackle, but couldn't do a whole lot else. He'll get 2 out of that run, and it's going to bring up a 2nd and goal. Defensively, pretty good start there with their backs against the wall.
That's a win for the stop troops right there. And if I'm them, I get a little bolder now. They won the first battle. Keep coming after them. Put the pressure on them.
Here's 2nd and goal, operating from the 8-yard line. Cousins setting up the screen for Cook. And they'll go backwards here, losing yardage to the 14.
I know you felt that one. Jahan, what I need? 53, Mike. You ain't got nothing. You ain't got nothing.
They'll run for it. This is Abdullah. And he'll fight his way down right around the 12. Give him a couple on the run as it brings up a fourth down. 2 minutes remaining in this first half of football. Coming up at the half, a reminder, we go back to Orlando to check in with Jonathan Coachman. He'll have a look back at our first half as well as a look ahead to what's coming up later this weekend. They had it first and goal, 3 attempts, couldn't get it in, so they settle for 3.
Yeah, the field tends to shrink a little bit the closer you get to the goal line, doesn't it? It doesn't sound right. It sounds a little counterintuitive, but you run out of space to run the deep routes, so they can just sit on the shorter stuff if you're going to throw it. If you want to run it, there's just not as much space. They end up having to take 3 there.
The offense now at the line, ready for their next drive. And on the last go-around, they really couldn't get anything going.
They had to punt from deep inside their own territory, which means you're going to lose the field position battle as a general rule. What they're looking for now is a little more consistency, move the ball at least a few times on offense, get a couple of first downs, and hopefully flip the field.
Yeah, just something to... And that's caught inside the 30. Touchdown, Washington. Jordan Reed, his second touchdown on the season. And the Redskins get the quick strike touchdown. Extra point good by Hopkins. And the lead down to 10, 24-14. So the lead back down to 10 as things get a little more interesting, and the kick is away. That's fielded in the end zone. And he'll get it up past the 20 to the 22-yard line. The Minnesota offense about ready to get this next drive underway. And last time they got 3 points, but it was a chip shot field goal. And when you go to the sideline after a chip shot field goal, maybe the offense not too happy.
It's a balancing act, isn't it? Because you're exactly right. They're none too pleased that they didn't punch it in for 6 points. But they also have to remember they did put points on the board.
3 points is 3 points.
And in this league, you take points when you can get them. Not easily done.
So after the incompletion, 2nd and 10 from the 22. To throw, Cousins. And this is caught. I think he got that with one hand. A gain of 10 as they look to add on to this 10-point lead.
Gotta love the catch. I think you gotta love the gloves as well.
Yeah, these one-handed catches, that was great, and they're fun. They're becoming a little more ho-hum, aren't they?
Yeah, they really are. And I know that it sounds like we're taking credit away from the guys, and we don't mean that at all. They really work hard on this one-handed catch thing. But I think the gloves have to be helping in a big way.
Well, they hit him in the backfield, and he will not escape. And that is not going to get it done. The Redskins now going to use the first of their 3 timeouts as they'll head to the sideline and talk over what to do next. This will be fielded at the 17. It'll be a 51-yard punt that time. And it'll be Redskins football now with a 1st and 10. Out there ready for this next drive, the Redskins offense. It was still more than a minute to go in the half. Time to try to mount a drive.
And I would think that they would have to. This is today's NFL. You got to push it whenever you get an opportunity. You can never have enough points with the high-powered offenses that you face. And analytics will tell you, try and score when given the opportunity.
After the incomplete pass, here now is 2nd and 10. 2nd and 10 now. Haskins. And he fires one that's intercepted. Xavier Rhodes with a pick. And he's got room. And he's going to score. It's a Viking touchdown. I don't know who all is to blame there, but I love seeing pick sixes.
Nothing like seeing someone pluck it out of the air and go the other way and see people try to change directions. Hard to do.
Bailey got the extra point, and that'll make this a 3-score game now. The lead moves to 17. This is fielded a couple yards deep. And all that work, but he stopped where he ultimately would have been, and he's simply taken a knee, and that's the 25-yard line. The offense back out there at the line, ready for their next drive. Well, look at the clock here. You're inside of a minute. First half hasn't gone that well for you. How are you going to play this drive?
Well, I've been told by my coaches previously that the intelligent approach, go ahead and run out the clock and start over. Don't make any more mistakes. But there's also something to understanding that you get this last drive here. You get the ball to start the second half. Try and go 2 for 1 here. Get some points now and come out of the locker room and get more points again and get your momentum really built up.
Looking for more there on first down, but this throw downfield incomplete.
Well, I guess that answers the question whether or not they want him throwing it again right away after throwing the pick 6 on the previous drive.
Yeah, not something conservative or underneath. Pretty big shot right there.
Get him right back in the saddle and said, go ahead and sling it, big guy.
An incomplete pass leads to 2nd and 10 from the 25. 2nd and 10. Here's Haskins again. Pressure coming from the Vikings, and they get there and bring him down. Everson Griffin make that now 8 sacks for him on the season.
I'm starting to feel for that quarterback back there. I mean, you know me. Normally, don't have a lot of empathy for the QB, right? In this case, definitely. He's been on constant duress this entire game. I don't know how he's surviving back there.
And to think, there's still a long way to go in this football game. Now it's Haskins. Looking downfield for Dez. Incomplete. Both players were there offensively and defensively, but it falls incomplete. Here's Tressway now as he's on to punt for Washington. He's been a busy man here in this first half as he gets it away. This is taken at the 18. So we reach halftime in what's been a fairly one-sided game so far as we send you down to Orlando where Jonathan Coachman has our EA Sports halftime report. Coach. The Vikings have to like their position. They've got the lead. They get this football as well as we are back and underway for the second half. That'll be taken in the end zone. And the decision to come out is going to cost him 5 as he's taken down right at the 20. Here are the Vikings now to start their next drive. They built a good first half lead. Now they have a chance to add on to it.
And what I'm thinking is that the offensive staff spent the entire halftime just working with them on, here's what we think they're going to do to attack us in the second half. Nice first half that we've had, guys, but be prepared for some change-ups. We're going to see them when we kick it off in the second half.
See how they handle any adjustments that might be made defensively. Now, the first play of the drive there is incomplete. After the incompletion, here's 2nd and 10 from the 20.
Watch the screen! Watch the screen! Watch the screen!
From the gun, it's again to Cook. And he'll be upended after a gain of 5, up to the 25-yard line.
Third quarter and you've got the lead. You're not ready to go into that 4-minute offense to close the game out, but a running game can really benefit your team right now.
Hey, Zoo.
Cousins from the gun on third. And he's able to find Diggs. He's at the 30, 10, 5, and he'll get into the end zone. Touchdown, Minnesota. Stephon Diggs, his second touchdown on the season. And the Vikings are going to widen that advantage. So on third and medium, they dial up the pass, and it works to hit the end zone.
And it's really not a surprise to me. That's a throwing down in the NFL because of how tough it is to run the football. But what offenses like to do is still show run formations to make them respect it and throw out of those. In this case, they took a nice shot at the end zone and made it pay off.
This is fielded a couple yards deep. And he'll get it up to about the 26-yard line, just across the 25.
The Redskins take over first and 10 at their own 26-yard line.
The offense now at the line, ready for their next drive. And their halftime hole now even deeper, and they need a big drive here just to answer the first touchdown of the second half scored against them.
They were down at the half. Now, as you mentioned, they're down a little bit bigger, but no time for discouragement. Just got to get back to it, right? Put your shoulder against the boulder and start pushing and try and get back to where you were to start the half.
They take a shot downfield there, but it winds up falling incomplete. Once again, they'll come up on the 26-yard line, 2nd and 10.
All day, dog.
On second down, Love. And he gets this one just shy of the 40. They'll mark him down at the 39. 12 yards there and a first down.
I think they like this drive a little bit better there, partner. Running game helping out, picking up some of the slack. Because remember, the last drive, they went 3 and out.
So from the 39 now, they'll come up on a 1st and 10. On 1st and 10, it's Haskins. And he'll be out of bounds after getting this one across the 40.
Timing is everything, and they work on this cut all the time. They work on all the timing patterns, and this time it paid off for them. Worked him to the center of the field, cut it to the outside, ball's delivered, gets both feet down for the completion.
4 yards on that last completion, so that sets up 2nd and 6. Now Haskins. Throw left side is complete to Reed. 11 yards there, first down.
I got a kick out of that one, partner. You and I talk often about trying to hide receivers in certain situations, but a guy of his size, can't really hide him. But the tight end drag route, definitely an effective way to sneak him across the formation for an easy completion and a first down.
Watch the twist. Watch the twist.
On first down, this is Geis. Xavier Rhodes makes the tackle.
I call that play a success. A nice inside run sets up a very manageable second down. A very solid gain on that play.
Watch the curl. Watch the curl. Mike 42. Mike 42. I'm coming for you, son. I'm coming for you, son.
To throw on 2nd and 6. Haskins. And he's going to be swallowed up. Sacked back at the 45-yard line. Daniil Hunter makes that now 8 sacks for him on the season. This offense in desperate need of a conversion as they come up on 3rd down. From the gun, Haskins on 3rd down. And the throw there going to be incomplete. Trey Waynes, the Michigan State man, right there in coverage.
And what would the dime look that time on defense? Just flooded the field with defensive backs, blanketed everyone, took away all the passing angles, thus the incompletion.
And the punt team on now as this one's sent away. Oh, he'll field it in the end zone. An excellent return that time, 26 yards. And the Vikings will take over here, 1st and 10. The Minnesota offense about ready to get this next drive underway. And they're hoping to redo their efforts in the last drive when they got into the end zone.
And just think of what it's like now on the sideline, because when you score a touchdown, you have to go over and look at the tablet and see what you did on the last drive. When you scored points, it's a whole lot better view than when you're trying to figure out how to fix things there.
3 yards on the pickup there, and it'll be 2nd down.
What's the old expression, 3 yards in a cloud of dust? In this case, it's dust-covered pellets. It's no longer that old grass that we used to play on, right, and chew it up. Now we've got that artificial surface. You see the pellets go up. Still a nice play by the defense.
The last run got 3. Now here's 2nd and 7.
Let him know, let him know. Let him know, let him know.
A 10th carry in the game for Cook. He finds an opening past the 40. A big hitter. That one goes for 40 yards.
They're trying to show that they can run the ball and protect this lead. Give it to the backs, play a little bit of keep away, don't you think?
And that's probably a good philosophy at this point, going to make that defense stand up and stop them. So that changes things a bit. Here's a 1st and 10 all the way down at the 35. Boy, nowhere to go at all on that first down run as they will get to him behind the line of scrimmage. The defense showing some anger after giving up the big play. This time they'll lose 1 or 2.
At the 36-yard line.
Check pass, check pass.
On 2nd down, this is Madison. And he'll lose yardage on the play back at the 37-yard line. That'll be a loss of a yard, and it leads to a 3rd down. This offense has had a lot to like in this game. I don't know that that last play, though, is going to make the highlight reel.
It's not going to make the highlight reel, but it will be the focus of the film session that the team has to sit through. I've sat through those before. Never any fun. You're always excited about your good plays, and they actually fast forward through those. All right, that was good. All right, great. They get to the bad ones and really illuminate them. Not cool.
And this is good. He got just enough to clear the crossbar as he drops it in from long distance. And that'll push the lead from 24 up to 27. These kickers now, it used to be that a 50-plus yarder was cause for celebration. Now seemingly automatic.
Yeah, isn't it funny when we prepare for a game, when you look at the backgrounds of these kickers, it's interesting, isn't it, to find out they were all-state quarterbacks, receivers, defensive backs, all-state wrestlers, right? Baseball players. We're finding athletes all along, and now they're just specialists putting it through the posts.
They'll try to get this running game going with Geis. And they're able to get this one across the 35. Nice way to start the drive. A gain of 12 and a 1st down.
At this stage of the game, the run-pass numbers are a little bit out of whack because most of their yardage has come through the air. But in a sense, that just sets things up for big runs like that because the defense might be a little bit off balance. They pick up another 1st down with that run.
And this winds up a gain of 4 to the 41. Tough running there. That's a hard-earned 4 yards.
Yeah, those are the unsung kind of runs. They don't fill up the stat sheet, but they do set you up in good position on 2nd down.
Geis. And he'll go down right around the 47 this time.
Yeah, they really needed to get something going, didn't they? They had punted on the last 2 possessions. The running game starting to come to the front for them, providing a nice pickup there to keep this drive going.
You can't block me. You can't block me.
Here we go. The first carry for the former Viking Peterson. And he'll fight his way forward to about the 48-yard line. Tackle made by Eric Kendricks.
Nice job by that defensive front there to hold him to a short gain on 1st down. Well played, I must say.
Yeah, only getting 1 yard. There was no room to run. Play action. Haskins. And on the left sideline, he caught it, but out of bounds, according to the head linesman. Incomplete. So the ball a little late getting there, and it's 3rd down. Throwing the football, he's not as sharp as he was last week when he was over 70%. Right now, he's under 50%.
Well, that comes from extra game film, extra time. You know those guys watched him all week, saw how precise he was, and constructed a defense to try and chip away at that, and thus far they've been successful.
The Vikings after him, and they get there for the sack. Ben Gideon in there to get him for a loss of 9 yards, and that also leads to 4th down. Here's Tressway now. He's been terrific so far. And he deserves a bronze leg as he gets this one away. So possession goes over here on the punt. And the Vikings will be backed up deep to begin their drive as they take over 1st and 10. And this should be the final play before the quarter ends. They start the drive with Cook. And he'll be brought down on what's going to turn out to be the final play of this 3rd quarter. And we return, welcoming you back to Minneapolis. A lot of happy faces in the crowd at this point as their guys have a big lead here to start quarter number 4. Again, it's Cook. A nice move gets him a few extra. Down just shy of his 20. A gain of 3 last play. This time they double it and pick up 6.
Bottom line, they want to keep this clock rolling, so they'll take that one right there. They just want to keep falling forward, and they want to put the onus on the big fellas up front in order to bring this one home.
You're not ready. You're not ready.
They'll run it. Here's Cook. And that one going nowhere from the start as he's met in the backfield and goes backwards. That'll back him up 2 yards and also bring up 4th. Finally, defensively, they have a little clip to show positive for actually stopping him running the football.
It's been a really long night for them, hasn't it? So they got a little bit of a win there, but let's face it, the vision that he's had running the football has carried his feet to the open spaces and the big yardage all night long.
Out there ready for this next drive, the Redskins offense. These guys had to punt their last possession, and that's become too familiar of a refrain. Too many of these drives just wound up going nowhere.
But you know how in baseball, when the pitcher gets a base hit and he's on base, they bring his jacket out to him to keep him warm? A lot of times the punter goes to the sideline, puts on sweatpants or a wrap over his leg to keep it warm. He might need a massage from the trainer right now from all the work he's getting.
Brings up 2nd and 8 at the 46-yard line.
The last run got a couple. Here's 2nd and 8.
Got double tight. Double tight. Even. 4 down.
Now Haskins to throw on 2nd down. That'll be caught right side by Reed. Now he's going to get this all the way down inside the 35. A gain there of 21 yards.
And the game just keeps evolving. Big guys running those corner routes, so difficult to cover.
So signs of life in what's been a dormant offense in this second half. Here's 1st and 10. Now a run with Geis. And boy, this defense again really making things tough on him as they stop him for no gain. This run defense has been pretty stout all game long. Now you're here in the 4th quarter. Let's rely more on the passing attack.
I don't think you have any choice, and I don't think you have to dress it up at all either. Throughout the first 3 quarters, you're still trying to convince the defense that you may run the football. That's out the window right now. Protect, let your quarterback operate, and try and find some targets.
And he's going to have to eat this one as down he goes. Anthony Barr in there to get him, and that is sack number 6 now for him on the year.
So if we recount real quick, he had the touchdown earlier, and now he comes up with the sack here. No doubt about it, he's having himself a game.
Here we go, G. Roger. 4 down.
Throwing on 3rd and long. Haskins. And unable to connect. Incomplete. I'll give them credit. They took their shot, but it's going to bring up 4th down. Another incompletion. You know, it's a wonder he's still moving around back there the number of times he's been sacked.
Yeah, he's staying out there, isn't he? And you don't think about it much in a game like this, but he's showing incredible leadership. Still competing, still fighting, not taking himself out of a ball game that appears lost.
Well, in the grand scheme of things, those 3 points likely not going to matter much, but I guess they get a little closer, a little more respectability.
Yeah, you're exactly right. They've been outplayed all game long, but like my mom used to tell me all the time before I went out, dress up a little bit, son. Make yourself respectable. And that's what they're doing here. They're just dressing up the final score.
And he'll be brought down at the 23, make it the 24-yard line.
At their own 24-yard line.
The offense back out there at the line, ready for their next drive. And they're coming off a 3-and-out, my friend.
Then they've got to look at that play sheet and go to a spot that they haven't gone before. Time to shake things up a little bit to try and get this offense moving.
Okay, so how do you do that? How do you shake things up?
You look at what you've called before, realize it hasn't worked
Go to
so
something
well,
else.
and maybe you try and find one of those special plays from one of your better players, and maybe try and hit something big and get things going in the excitement area.
They run it again with Cook. And take it forward for about 5 up to the 28-yard line. At this stage of the game, with the score where it is, the key here is stay in bounds, and he did just that. Not by a huge margin, but he stayed in.
And those come up in what we like to call winning edge meetings. The things that you have to do, late game situations, kicking situations, doesn't matter what it is, the things you have to do to win a game, and that comes up in that meeting, then you practice it, they've got to be happy to see it executed, being able to stay in bounds and work the clock.
It'll be a gain of 6 that time as it moves the chains as well.
First and 10 at the 34-yard line.
Mike, number 53. Mike, 53. Drop these.
They run with Cook. He's been busy tonight. And for one of the first times tonight, he's going to be held up at the line of scrimmage. Call it no gain on the play, and it'll be second down.
Second and 10.
They don't need to run another play here before the 2-minute warning. Let's see if they do it anyway.
Check 52. Switch.
They'll keep it on the ground. Cook. And we are inside of 2 minutes left in this lopsided affair. So the Vikings in possession of the football as we get you reset. They've got a 3rd down now as they look for one more first down to help salt this one away. Now throwing on 3rd down there, but he cannot connect.
I know coaches tell us all the time that having a powerful arm isn't the #1 thing they look for in a quarterback. But when you're trying to throw inside routes and you need to put some heat on it, it helps to have the big gun. In this case, just a little bit too much.
Colquitt on to kick as he sends it away. Oh, he takes it in, doesn't let it bounce. He takes it at the 2. A good return there, 17 yards. And possession will switch hands, 1st and 10. The offense now at the line, ready for their next drive. They're down big here late. I don't know. You just one last drive here for pride.
Some people like to do that. I remember playing for a guy once. We were down huge, and someone said, "Coach, what do you want to call?" He just waved a hand like, "Who cares? Let's get out of here and do something some other time." But some teams like to do something at the end to feel a little bit better as they continue to move forward.
Yeah, probably just want to put this one behind them. Now a give, right side, it's Geis. Try to find a lane, but instead he'll get back to the line of scrimmage, and no more. They'll say no gain on the play there, and now it'll be 3rd down. The Redskins on 3rd down. They're struggling. 0 for 6 thus far. This will be 3rd and 5. They stay on the ground. Geis again. And he picks up the first before he's taken down at the 29. Give him the 3rd down conversion. 5 yards on the play.
I definitely like the play call. You don't expect it on 3rd and 5, 3rd and 6, do you? You expect a pass play. Had a little courage there to call the run, and boy, they were successful.
Set, hut. 15 on it. 66, pull it, pass. Let's go.
offensive explosion help leading them to victory. And the defensive guys, they're just